Hey, real estate agents, you know the drill. The real estate scene is constantly shifting, and the latest NAR rules are shaking things up big time, especially for buyer agents. This video is going to shine a light on new snags that are popping up because of these changes. Snags you really need to know. Plus, I'll toss in some savvy tips to dodge these potential career wreckers. So let's get to it. First up, you've probably heard some buzz around how new rules might give listing agents a leg up over buyer agents. Yep, there's some truth in that. Buyer agent problem number one, listing agent contact advantage. Here's the scoop. More home buyers are skipping the buyer agent and beelining straight to the listing agents. Why? They've caught wind that they don't need a buyer agent to check out a house. So what happens when these eager buyers hit up the listing agent to open the doors for them? Well, cool agents are staying in their lane and saying, nope, I don't cover buyer agent duties. Go find a buyer agent. But some listing agents, where it's legal, are scooping up these buyers with dual agency representation. You know, that type of representation that really results in no representation, but costs the same, or at least up to the same as a buyer agent. And other listing agents are encouraging buyers to sign a simple, unrepresented buyer agreement just so the buyers can take a peek inside the house. Think these buyers will quickly sign these agreements without thinking much about it? Yes, of course they will. They want into the house, and signing seems to be no biggie, except that it is. Here's why. Many listing agents charge their sellers an extra fee to handle unrepresented buyers. They aren't going to do the work of a buyer agent for free. And if a buyer signs an unrepresented buyer agreement, then sees the light and hires a buyer agent to work the deal, depending on the listing agreement, that buyer might get slapped with both unrepresented buyer fees and buyer agent fees. Talk about a financial mess for buyers. What can you do? Make some noise about this. Tell everyone that these unrepresented buyers are still coughing up cash through hidden fees tucked away in contracts they can't see. They're not saving what they think, and they're giving up a lot of buyer agent advantages. Buyer agent problem number two, listing agent open house ed. Unfortunately, direct phone calls from home buyers to listing agents is not the only way listing agents get the upper hand. Their open houses pull in loads of potential buyers too. Here's another trap for buyers. Unscrupulous or naive open house agents, who are not always the listing agent, may lead visitors into thinking they need to sign a representation agreement right then and there to tour the place. Not true. Since the new rules don't apply to seller agents or any agent sitting at an open house, no one needs to sign anything to stroll through an open house. But if a house hunter wants the lowdown on some insider info about the property, an open house agent might say, sorry, can't share that unless you sign up with me. Good for home buyers? No way. Home buyers should take the time to find the best agent to represent them. Signing on the spot doesn't do that. But will people sign? Of course they will, because that's the quickest way to get the answers to their burning property questions. How to handle it. Spread the word loud and clear. Signing on the fly is risky business. Urge potential buyers to take their time to really get what value an agent brings before they sign anything. To really learn what value an agent brings before they sign anything. Buyer agent problem number three, Zillow and similar lead providers. Now on to Zillow, which has started requiring callers interested in a property to sign a 7-day non-exclusive touring agreement. Potential buyers might shrug and sign thinking it's just a week. But here's the twist. If they fall for the property and need to act fast, they are stuck with the agent to make a quick offer. And let's face it, not all agents are created equal, especially not the ones paying for those leads. How to handle it? Well, there's not much you can do except to teach the huge importance of buyers taking time to choose the best agent for them based on their due diligence, not on some some random agent assigned to open a door. Oh, and by the way, I'm Carrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor and coach, and I'm with eXp Realty and the Wolfpack sponsor team. When you partner with us, you'll get more value than anyone else in the real estate business is offering. Learn more at smartagentalliance.com. Buyer agent problem number 4, getting signed agreements. All right, let's cut to the chase on this one. We've already chatted about it in blogs and videos about, quote, real estate buyer agent consultations and 10 realtor questions to expect from home buyers. Suffice it to say that this hurdle is lower than you might think. All you gotta do is break down what you do, the unique value you bring, and how you get paid. What's the best way to do that? Whip up an awesome buyer presentation, spell it all out. Remember, lots of people think buyer agents are just door openers. So in your presentation, make sure to list out the roughly 100 tasks you tackle for buyers. Need a cheat sheet? Check out our blog or video titled Unlocking Real Estate Buyer Agent Value, 117 Services Unveiled. Want to make it even easier? Team up with us at Smart Agent Alliance. We've got a customizable buyer agent presentation ready for you to personalize and charm a new home buyer. Easy peasy. Buyer agent problem number 5, holding back value but providing it too. Here's a tricky one. If you spend tons of time educating your buyers about every little twist and turn of the real estate market, including savvy tips and strategies, what happens when their buyer representation contract needs a re-signing because it expired? Well, suddenly your client might wonder if they still need you. After all, you already taught them so much. In California, the max term for a buyer representation agreement is 3 months. Kudos to you agents who got your clients into contracts in 3 months. But let's be real, it often doesn't happen that fast. I'm not a fan of this new time cap, even though I let my buyers cancel my contract at any time. Why? It's tough when I'm pouring value into a client's lap for them to face me and cancel our agreement. But if the contract just runs out of time, it's easier for people to just do nothing and decide to go it alone. In that case, they don't even need to talk to me. This leaves us in a bit of a bind. Spill too much wisdom and you might convince clients they can handle it solo. Hold back and they might think you're not worth keeping around. Of course, we agents know unrepresented buyers are significantly disadvantaged by not working with a buyer agent, and worse, by getting played by savvy listing agents. But buyers don't seem to understand those disadvantages of no representation. How to handle it? Navigate this tightrope of upfront value. Well, that's tricky. Honestly, I don't think there's any magic fix. Buckle up, it's gonna be a wild ride. Buyer agent problem number 6, unrepresented buyer agreements. Imagine this, a buyer comes to you all excited, saying they've signed an unrepresented buyer agreement, but now they've seen the light and they want you to help them buy the house. Awesome, right? Not so fast. They've already signed off with the listing agent. There's a good chance that listing agent will pocket their extra unrepresented buyer fee, even if they don't finish the work. That means your buyer could be on the hook for more fees than they expect, meaning your fee and the unrepresented buyer fee. How to handle it? Educate, 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 so that buyers don't get in this pickle to start with. But if it does happen to you, let your buyer know the problem. Then contact the listing agent to determine the level of the problem, if they'll share it with you. Consider requesting that the listing agent amend their listing agreement, that little fee off. Or you might consider lowering your own fee if it means securing the best outcome for your client. In that case, hopefully the listing agent already put in some hours that you would have done if the buyer had contacted you originally. Buyer agent problem number 7, more record keeping. Oh, the joys of paperwork. But seriously, keeping meticulous records is now more crucial than ever for buyer agents. When you're juggling non-exclusive representation agreements, you've got to keep tabs on who saw what property and when. This isn't just busy work. It's about clarity and keeping things above board in your representation dealings and being able to support what say. And here's another wrinkle. If your clients end up being charged different fees, maybe because a seller is only covering part of your fee and so you lower it that time, you better document every detail. Why? This rigorous paperwork is your best defense against accusations of violating fair housing laws. The best new plan: keep detailed records and stay consistent with your fee. No matter the client or situation, it's your safeguard in this tricky business. Buyer agent problem number 8, getting paid. First off, nail down a buyer representation contract that spells out your fee. And don't sweat it if the buyer's worried about being able to afford your fee on their own. Most sellers will still see the value in footing the bill for buyer agents because it brings in more buyers and potentially higher offers, because when the buyers apply extra money to down payment, they get loan rates, and that means they can afford more house to begin with or higher price. Even stubborn sellers will change their tune when they see a net offer that outshines the rest. Secondly, make sure your offer includes clear language about the seller covering the buyer's fees. Something like, seller agrees to pay buyer X amount to meet buyer's obligation to pay buyer agent. Make sure you get this right for your state's procedures. Get it wrong and you may not get paid. Buyer agent problem number 9, need to warn do-it-yourselfers. Here's a hot take. Lots of buyers think they don't need a buyer agent anymore, either because they believe agents just open doors or they think they can't afford one. It's on you to set the record straight. Explain the 100 tasks you handle as a buyer agent and how more often than not, sellers will cover your fee. And don't forget to clue buyers in on the pitfalls of going it solo. Remember those sneaky unrepresented buyer fees we talked about? That's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's say there are 2 identical offers on a house, one with a buyer agent, one without. Guess which one has the edge? Yep, it's the one with the agent every single time. Why? Because listing agents know that deals with buyer agents are more likely to cross the finish line smoothly and close, because buyer agents are experts in keeping deals on track after an offer is accepted. You know, tons of calls to inspectors, lenders, escrow officers, the listing agent, everything it takes to make sure all the moving parts are coming together. It's your job now to explain that. And while you're at it, highlight how continuous relationships that agents have with one another often result in better outcomes and less risky deals for buyers. The new NAR rules are definitely reshaping our industry, but they also give us a chance to up our game. By getting a handle on these changes and clearly communicating their impact on your clients, you position yourself as a knowledgeable and indispensable ally in their home buying adventure. To learn more about what's going on in the changing real estate industry, or to learn about eXp Realty and the Wolfpack, here's some more videos, which should be showing right now. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.